Are we okay? We got to fucking... We've got to do the fucking shit that we for fucking drug abuse. No! No! Are you listening?
Sean here. I don't think I'm going to make many more videos where I talk about myself in any way because that might drive people off. I don't know. Today though, last night I was listening to a call between Lorne Armstrong and Paul. Paul was trying to reference movies, and of course Lorne, he has no hobbies. There's nothing to do except sit around his trailer, move dirt from one side to the other, drink Bud Light, bother his mom. I can't figure out what he does all day. I can't. But he was talking to Paul, and of course he didn't see any movies, and Paul asked him, well, what movies do you like? And Lorne names 80s movies. I don't think he's watched a movie except for Dumb and Dumber, probably about a third of the way through before he blacked out. But he says he likes Rocky movies. So Paul references what is a lot of people's favorite, The Third. And Lorne was like, well, no, I don't really like that one. I like the fourth one. Paul says, with the Russian, I Must Break You. He goes, why do you like that one so much? Well, you know, it's the little guy against the big guy. And it occurred to me just how deep little man syndrome, Napoleon syndrome, ran within Lorne. And I know what he deals with. I believe he's 5'6". The refrigerator dwarfs him in these videos. The table's halfway up his body when he's standing next to it. Roy may be the only one shorter. I don't even know how tall Roy is, but I can assure you that we all can agree he has Napoleon syndrome. One of the biggest issues they have with themselves and with life in general is that when they walk in a room, unless they are somebody like David Miscavige from Scientology or Tom Cruise or any of these short, powerful people, when they walk in the room, people pay attention. I've had two leaders. One was Chuck Grindle, the other was Colonel Hayes. They were short, but when they walked in the room, man, you knew it. They had what I would call stage presence. They could walk out on stage and speak, and people would shut up, and they were captivated. So I think Lorne has never experienced that. When he walks in the room, it's almost like a ghost walked into the room. Imagine you're at a party with your friends, and here comes this guy, and he walks in, you glance over once, you maybe whisper to your friend, who invited this guy, and that's about it. I don't think he's ever walked into somewhere except for maybe prison, when they said, we can use this guy as a coaster for our drinks, because he's short enough. Put a pizza on his head, leave him there for a little while, maybe a lampshade so we don't have to see those chiclet teeth. I'm just telling you, corn nuts in the mouth guy here. He's never walked into the room and had anyone go, wow, here comes somebody we can respect. Lorne has never been a tough guy. He wants to be a tough guy so bad. He's always screaming and yelling, and he's still in 6th grade. He's telling these women, you tell him, I'm going to beat him up. Dan, I'm going to beat you up. Eric, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to beat up Victor. I'm going to beat up the doctor. When he told Ramona he was going to beat up this professional, successful, good-looking guy, it occurred to me his insecurity is off the charts, and I think a lot of it is because of how short he is, because of how inadequate he feels. He's lucky he's not tall, because his little dink would look really small. Because I have a friend of mine who's short, and I ask his woman who's really tall, you know, why did you marry him? Always joking. And she'll say because of the size of his horse dink. And I'll say, you don't think I could borrow that for the weekend? And he's like, oh, see, I'm short. It looks small on you. It's just a joke we always do. But with Lorne, that would be true. Sometimes I forget that not everybody, I mean, Jeff Sokol and his micro penis, not everybody is adequate, average, above average down there, because I just assume they all are. And when you meet somebody like Lorne, you're reminded, well, some people, I mean, think about Lorne going through life with the body he has, the shape, losing his hair so early. He's really short. He's always been kind of chubby, except for when he was really young. I think probably the only time when he walked into the room and got any attention was when he was a cute little kid. Because all kids, I think, to their grandparents and their aunt, I mean, at least I hope so, their grandparents, their aunt, and their uncle, they come in and they're like, oh, he's so cute. And Lorne probably loved that attention. And as he got older, given the fact that he's 87, he probably didn't understand why he wasn't getting that attention anymore. He didn't understand what he was morphing into. From what I understand from everyone else, he's got weird feet, he's got a weird shaped legs, and his back and his butt don't have a divide between them. He has this weird pubic hair all over his body. He's balding. He's got this giant forehead and these weird melted ice cream shaped mongoloid eyes. Nothing on him is appealing. I don't even think the color of his eyes, even though when he said that, is even attractive. So he's 5'6" and unattractive. You know, I had another thought too. A lot of people see fish when the new guys walk into the prison. When Lorne walked in, I don't even think they saw a fish. They were probably like, ugh. And then when they heard the guy talk, they're, okay, avoid this guy at all costs. Lorne, hey man, you like those mashed potatoes? Yeah, these mashed potatoes, they're powdered. And you know, one time my mom had powdered mashed potatoes, and my mom and my mom and my mom. I wonder if he had a giant picture of his mom in the prison cell with a hole behind it, like he's getting ready to break out, like Andy Dufresne. When you enter prison and they don't even think enough of you to see you as prey, let alone a predator, which he tries to tell Ramona, oh, trust me, I got endurance, so much endurance. When I was in prison, I was handling everybody. And she goes, Lorne, no one was scared of you. He's never had an opportunity to be the popular kid. That's why this catfish situation is so important to him. Because he's like the hub. Because of all these catfish, he's the hub. And when Debbie, think about this. When Debbie was in the hospital, she was the center of attention. When Winnie was in the hospital, she was the center of attention. When Ramona was in the middle of her brother and the therapist, she was the center of attention. Lorne does not do well. He immediately wants to get those catfish women alone and start to establish dominance again. I think that's why he's got so many issues of insecurity and infidelity, because he knows deep down inside he is a short, alcoholic, untalented man with no hobbies, nothing to offer, and would not be a partner. He can't even provide any kind of security at home in terms of being a tough guy. A woman wouldn't feel safe when she was with him. Because as far as I know, women, they want to feel safe. And I don't mean physically and they're weak. I mean, they want to know they've got a stable guy who can offer them something, and they're not the ones who are constantly have to do everything. Lorne would abuse them and scream and yell, and then he couldn't even protect them if a robber came in. Because a man feels like they need to do that. And even though Lorne may feel like it, there's no way he doesn't understand that if somebody over the height of 5'8" walked in, he would immediately cower in fear, and it would be up to the woman to do the protecting. So remember, Rocky IV is his favorite movie because it's a little guy beating up on the big guy. I just wanted to make this for your Friday dose of sanity. I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in the next one.